As a AAA team of families come together to offer insight and lessons, we all have our growth and insight to our advocacy efforts to those that we love in group homes and long-term care facilities in Ontario. And I'm just so happy, even through my experience in the guardianship application, that whatever lessons I had offers some insight to somebody else. And that really is impactful as we continue our advocacy. And part of the discussions that we've had as a collective in the network, in the team, has been on advocacy and the empowerment of sharing our lessons, our experiences to be empowered to make a difference to those that we love in group homes and long-term care facilities in Ontario. And for myself, I feel that there are 5 sort of key components of my advocacy, which are, the first one is going to be stick to the facts. Stick to the facts rather than emotion, because the impact of the message is far greater when it looks at accountability of access as much as it is for service. So say, for example, I am the guardian of my brother, have been appointed by the Ontario courts, which means I should have access to him. But as of April 2022, every visit that I have had with my brother has been denied. His group home door doesn't open, or staff say, we have to ask for permission. That is impactful. That actually identifies a violation of a series of laws in Ontario. So stick to the facts. Number 2, do not name the organization or the service provider funded by the Ontario government, because these organizations that are publicly funded, that would not be able to operate without the assistance of our tax dollars, retains lawyers that should be earmarked for service to our clients, to our loved ones, but they retain legal counsel, and they will threaten, they will bully, they will intimidate. So it is very important to ensure that we never name them. Of course, if those that we know that want to build those relationships we can share personally and not in the public domain, then yes, because my goal has always been that those that know me in personal and community settings, who know my brother, you want to know what's going on with my brother, I will happily share it, because it is the power of numbers and those intimate relationships and conversations that make the impact on the credibility and brand of these organizations. So my goal has continued, just very quietly. So keep that in mind. Do not name this organization publicly, because they will have lawyers that will threaten, bully, intimidate us. Number 3, which is really important, should be number 1 really, is keep your cool. Do not show emotion. These organizations will want to poke you, trigger you into reacting either in anger, frustration, annoyance, whatever it is, because they want to say it's all about you or it's all about me, when it's not. Advocates will continue to ensure that their loved ones are taken care of, that their rights are respected, that they are receiving care, they're receiving service. So keep your cool. My biggest frustration really is the unresponsiveness of my communication. They ignore it. But then I look at it and say, if that is your only tactic, is to ignore me, my job is being done well, because there is accountability. It's called public accountability for service. And when information is asked by those that are responsible for the care, their health, their quality of life, their well-being, and their safety, we can only do what we can to ensure those components in their life. So keep your cool, do not show emotion. Number 4, document everything. I could write a book about the advocacy for my brother. I have enough documentation to suggest that nobody can say that they're not aware of the concerns I have in care, health, safety, and well-being of my brother. It is a documentation for accountability for that service provider that is receiving all of their funding from the Ontario government. I can only document in order to seek systemic changes, in order to improve the service delivery for those that are receiving it in Ontario. And I live in hope that that will happen. Number 5, never give up. There'll be times, there'll be days that the advocacy becomes too much. It is take a breath, it's to reflect, and to know that you're doing your best. And most importantly, when we do the advocacy, we need to give thought to say, if our vulnerable loved one was in the same situation we're in, would they give up on us? And I can assure you that given my brother's cheer and personality and love of me that I have for him, he would never forget me. He will never leave me in a place where I'm locked up and alone. And I will never stop advocating for my brother. And one of the blessings that comes out with us as the AAA team is that we are coming together as a group to be a support. But we will make change, and we need your help to do so. If you have any, as an advocate for vulnerable people in Ontario, Canada, the world, please share it because it can only be of value for us as we lead and look at different ways to navigate a system that seems to be careless in its society, but it should not be. So let's work together. May this information that I share with you again to stick to the facts. Do not name the organization. Keep your cool. Record everything, document everything, and never give up. Because the one that you are advocating for loves you, will appreciate you, and they will be full of gratitude when they have the opportunity to put their arms around you and say thank you. Blessings to you all. Thank you.